welcome to the March 19th episode of Thalmor Radio. I am your host, Thalmor, and I come bringing the news and probably some garbage hot takes. I am mad at technology. I'm very mad at technology. I'm probably going to get all of my electronics together, except maybe my phone, put it into an oil drum, and just set it on fire because the state of technology is angering me. Not cryptocurrency, not NSA spying, not Chinese spying. The part about technology that makes me mad is the fact that I cannot get what I want to watch full screen on my TV because of a number of complications. So this is my situation. I don't have Wi-Fi. My only source of internet is my data on my phone. That's how I do everything right now. I can go next door to my neighbors and use their computer. They're very nice. They let me do that. But that's it. Okay? So it's just my phone. I do my show on my phone. I listen to podcasts on my phone. That's it. I just use my computer to play games, right? So I run into a problem where I want to watch this specific anime that's on Funimation, but I want to watch it on my television. And I thought, okay, I can turn on Bluetooth on my television and my phone, and I can just mirror the screen, and there you go. No, that cannot be done. I don't know why. It just can't. Okay, so I ordered a $16 USB-C to HDMI cable. That arrived Tuesday. I ordered it Saturday. It arrived Tuesday. I plugged it in. Still couldn't work. Nope, came with a direct wired connection. Still won't work. Still no dice. Okay. Now keep in mind, I can watch this anime on my phone just fine. That's not the problem. The problem is I want to watch it on my I am very peculiar about this. There you go, CCT. So then I read on Tuesday, I need a Chromecast. Okay, Google, I will buy product. I will consume. So I dropped another $30. I'm $56 deep by this point. Actually, probably more like 60 after tax. I'm $60 deep into it. I could have bought a brand new game on release day with this amount of money that I've spent trying to accomplish this. So I dropped $30 on a Chromecast. It arrived today. It arrived like 4 hours ago. I got the package. I hooked it up. During the setup process, it wanted a Wi-Fi connection. I don't have Wi-Fi. There is no skip. I'm like, what the fuck? Okay. Turn on my mobile hotspot. Restarted it. Finally, I got it to work. It's set up. I finally got it working on my phone. All is right in the world. I turn my screen over, it rotates, I look at the television, I play a YouTube video, and black bars are on the corner. I cannot get it to fill up the screen. There's like a seventh of the screen is just black. So that doesn't work. Kratos says I'm being cucked. I am literally being blacked. There are black bars on the edges of the screen. I can't watch this shit in full screen on my television. So I don't know what to do. I can buy Wi-Fi. Maybe I will. We'll see. I probably need to anyways. But I would take a picture, Mars, but I can't right now. But it's very annoying. So now my idea is I'm going to try to somehow use the Chromecast to connect my phone to my laptop, then use the HDMI cable to feed that to the TV. That's incredibly ghetto. I don't think that's going to work. I might just have to swallow my pride and just deal with the black bars while watching on the television. I'm kind of out of options here. I think it's over. So
I think you just need to get a bigger television,
my
and then you
TV's
won't
too
mind it.
big. My TV's too big. That's the. I think if it was smaller, it would work. But oh well. Can you use hotspot on your P? Exactly, Avatar. I don't know. So this is frustrating. I don't. I should just in a perfect ideal world, in a world in which Adam and Eve never ate of the apple, I should be able to just press a button on my phone and press a button on my TV, and they should just connect, and everything should work just fine. But we don't live in such a world. Instead, I need to waste $60 on shit and still not get what I want. But oh well. Oh, very cute, Tyrion. Very cute. Very funny. I'm not having fun, though. You're right. So, oh well.
I really think that this is a product of us being in the awkward. We're being in the awkward section between like full digital, full Wi-Fi, everything, and like the past. My parents are experiencing the exact like similar problem where it's kind of like they have a TV and they can't figure out how to get they're trying to get PureFlex to play on their TV and they just like cannot figure it out, and my method is just super janky and impossible to actually do, and you basically have to have a laptop just shoved somewhere behind the TV to get it to work. It's terrible. And I bet they're going to fix that within like that's going to become way easier within the next 10 years.
Yeah, I hope so. Um, so I think the ultimate solution is I'm just going to Mr. C. I heard Zig just fine. I think I'm just going to have to swallow my pride and just deal with the black bars. That sucks, but it's like, you know, I can't think of another solution. So oh well. It might as well be big black dicks. Like it might as well be. I'm so displeased with the situation. I just want to watch this in full screen. But oh well. I digress. It's over. I've been defeated. But all right. So, um, and yeah, the my response to just get Wi-Fi is I'm waiting for Starlink because I can like drop $100 a month on a decent provider, but I'm already going to drop like 500 on Starlink, and it's like I might as well just wait. But well,
You could
so
get you could get the Wi-Fi router. Never mind. Don't listen to me. Carry on.
all right. So, um, that's enough of my technological issues. Instead, I'm going to talk about another issue, which is I don't know if because of my interview with Abigor, if towards the end Abigor revealed something very interesting that needs to be pressed upon more, or if I'm just a schizo. Because Abigor said, and I think it was at 1 hour and 40 something minutes in, Abigor essentially said that the banks in this game did control enough political influence to like change like globals. And that's pretty revealing. And I think Abigor is a pretty credible source. Um, so I almost made a forum thread about it, but then I got lazy and decided not to. But I wanted to bring this up to you guys because is this something? Should I expose the politics and war of Illuminati? Is Treasure Island actually just Epstein Island? Is that what's going on? Did Jessica Rabbit disappeared because she was sacrificed to Mulok? Is that what happened back in 2016, 2017? Don't blaspheme JR. I just want to know what happened to JR, critters. I don't know. Like, I hear about the banks controlling politics, and I just have to assume the worst. So, I don't think they're that influential anymore. Imperial's lost time and Tate Crisis crippled them. Maybe. So, I know, Tyrion. If I make a forum thread about this, will my nation be deleted for multis, even though I don't have any? I don't know. So,
You don't
Abigor
have
says.
any multis yet.
Abigor says, "Let me get a few buddies who I know have caused backdoor wars in the past and here for." Yeah, bring. I will interview the politics and war Illuminati. I will. I will bring you. I will bring you the scoops. No one else will. Yeah. So that's nice. Secret Oasis chats. So and towards that end, MBaku is MBaku here? No, he's not. He said he could still come today, so I anticipate him coming. But MBaku was coming on to kind of rebut Abigor and to try to like justify the private businesses and try to defend them some. Which I'm reluctant to say that because that makes it sound like it's adversarial. I don't think MBaku means that necessarily. Um, I think it was more of a I want to like explain the other side, which I think is fine. But Abigor was a great guest last week. I enjoyed having him on. MBaku was great at the trial of Taith. He came on as a witness for the prosecution, and I think he actually won the trial for them. So I look forward to having him back on later. I think that's it for the internals. So I will look into this Illuminati, and I'll talk to whoever wants to come on about it. I'll probably make a forum thread about it. If I commit suicide with two bullet wounds to the back of my head, I guess we'll see. But yeah, why don't you start a bank? I've thought about it. It would probably be a lot of work to build those initial relationships, and also to like fill out the Excel spreadsheets and whatnot. I don't know. I don't know if I want to put in the work. Maybe if I could. Maybe if KT disbanded, or I got kicked out of KT, or if something dramatically changed and I have nothing better to do, maybe I'll do something like that. But as of right now, I don't want to put in the work, basically. Yes, Pre, we were talking about people pulling the strings. Alright. Yeah, Epicor, I'm open to that. I do like Arkin quoted me, I think last episode, I quote maintain some principles. I would want to be honest and fair and open because that's just the kind of guy I try to be. I try to be lawful good. So, but again, that's down the road if ever. So we'll see. Um, I think that's it for internals. I had those two topics to talk about. Let's talk about the game.
I have an internal.
Go on, Zig.
It's short, but I'm not the one recording tonight. So we succeeded.
Who's recording?
It's a secret.
I mean, I know who it is. I saw you ask him at the beginning of the show and during the pre-show, but do you want to say who it is? Because I know who it is. Okay. Get some big door, Lou. It's Soup. Soup is recording. He volunteered. I didn't even know. I didn't know Soup volunteered until Ziggs told him about it during the pre-show. So that's cool.
I probably forgot to tell you guys.
Yeah. So Zoop is cool. I'm happy about that. Thank you, Zoop, for stepping up and being a super fan. You're really earning that purple Thalmorph there. Good job, man. So, um, okay, I wanted to share an ad. And there's lots of ads running. Lots of ads have run in the game, but there's one in particular that I saw pop up, and I just had to comment on it. This ad was so good that I went to their Discord and was like, I pinged people and was like, this ad is so good. Like, and here's why. And they were very happy that I gave them an analysis. But this was the ad. So this is an ad for Eclipse. And I went to Eclipse's Discord and was like, is there a chat for allies? Is there a Keck chat here? And there was. So I got added to the Keck chat. And I pinged Kev, whatever, Jack Skellington. I pinged Hari and was like, this ad is really good, and here's why. And all of Eclipse was very happy that and very appreciative of my analysis. And I will share this analysis because this is spectacular here. I am going to go quiet for a minute as I switch from push to talk to voice activity. So bear with the dead air for a moment.
Dead air. Dead air. Dead air. Dead air.
Alright, so I encourage you listeners to go. I posted the ad in the chat. Go look at it, pull it up, and we will look at this together. So this is a 3-panel. Well, it's actually 4-panel, but there's only 3 I'm interested in. And it's the verse 3, and you have a creature, and this creature looks like something from when like the entire world was just an ocean, and there was little critters all around it in the water. But this little critter, which is pink with like red carrots coming out of its head, surrounded by lush greenery. In the very first panel, we see its eyes, but nothing else. It doesn't have a mouth. It doesn't have an expression. Well, expressions evolved by an understanding that other creatures perceive reality different from we, and may feel different from we. So as such, expressions are a result of consciousness. And the very first panel, before this creature knows what Eclipse is, it has no consciousness. This creature doesn't know anything. It is mindless. But then in the second panel, which says, realizing you aren't in Eclipse, it develops a mouth. It develops expression. Perhaps through some miracle of God, this thing has reached a higher state of existence all of a sudden through realizing Eclipse exists. And that's wonderful. But the picture is not perfect because the expression is a neutral one. It is not a happy one. In fact, actually, you could probably make an argument. He looks a little bit bothered by something. He is bothered that even though he has underwent this miracle of consciousness, he is not in Eclipse. So there's still a problem. But then finally, in the third panel, which is after joining Eclipse, he's happy. He's even got like he's just glowing, he's beaming. Finally, Logos has been achieved. The burning light of the Holy Spirit is literally over his head. Perfection has been reached. And that is such a simple and beautiful ad. I just had to go to Eclipse and tell them about it. And I think there are so many layers to this ad. It is fantastic. So there you go. I liked it. That was a good ad. I bragged on them about it. They enjoyed it. So there you go. That's my analysis of the ad. Really good. I'm not even exaggerating here. I think this is a pretty valid analysis. I'm not just schizo posting. I mean, maybe I'm schizo posting, but yeah, it's pretty good. So that's my analysis of the Eclipse ad. Let me talk about the war. I've talked about things that are wonderful, so now we'll talk about things not so wonderful, which is war. War's terrible. What's it good for? We all know the song. It ain't me. It ain't me. I ain't no senator's son. The war's over. Peace has been achieved. I don't got much. I don't got a whole lot to say besides that. It's not over. We didn't drag it out for months. That's it. Oh yeah, war stats like 40 to 46. KT's ahead by several billion. That's decent. I think we did pretty good. The Fighting Pacifists did really good. The Fighting Pacifists was the only alliance that I thought like did really good. The Immortals was kind of disappointing, and the rest of Oasis was kind of expected. You know, UPN was trash. Some people said Aurora did good, but I'm City 30, so I didn't mess with any Aurora people. I wouldn't know. KT has gained members since the war. You know, those MP people joined us. Kratos, who used to be a KT member, he rejoined. I think we got maybe a few others. We did lose a bunch of noobs, but they're noobs, so who cares? They'll find a home elsewhere anyways. I think he's going red. Am I a robot? I'm probably not a
You're good.
robot. Okay.
You're good.
So, all right. So, fun war. Nuking was fun. I still hold that I thought Oasis was kind of salty through it, but oh well, it's whatever. I don't care anymore. It's over. Tyrion, buddy, I hope there's no hard feelings. All of my shit talking was just part of the game. It's just what it is. I don't think anyone holds it against. Who are we fighting next? I don't know. We're probably going to fight. Who should we fight? We'll fight Lordaeron. That's what we'll do. We'll fight Lordaeron. We'll fight the Illuminati. We'll find where these banks are, and we're going to hit them. And we're going to bring peace back to Orbis. Well, we don't really. Wait a minute. Peace back to Orbis is actually against what we want. Okay, I don't know what we'll do then. Fight Grumpy? Ooh.
It's probably gonna happen, considering you're gonna chain in with Quack whenever Quack decides to hit us.
Why do you think Quack's going to hit you?
I don't know. They always want to hit us. TS is like our best friends who always want to hit us. Why? Because if you think about like the top upper tier, we're the competition.
Alright. So, oh, and it was funny. The Fighting Pacifists, I think it was Harry, said that they're not going to do any rebuild because there's no ROI. Because I guess they seriously anticipate a war breaking out as soon as the nap ends. And I disagree with that. I think it'll probably be a couple months still. So we'll see. Tyrion, is TI rebuilding? What's the rest of Oasis doing? TFP isn't rebuilding, but what about the rest of Oasis? Okay, that makes sense, Jane. Rebuild like cheap infra. Okay, that's a good middle ground. I can understand that. I think the market was also reacting. I guess I'm jumping ahead and talking about nap ending speculation, but I think the market has jumped up. I think everything's more expensive. People fulfill the time to rebuild your war chest is less than a month before the nap ends. There you go. No better time. No better time. I think steel was like 2 or 3,000 at the beginning of the war against Oasis. Now it's like well into the 4K area. What's my cat? What are you doing? Yeah, yeah. All right. I think that's it. Okay, Zig. What's my itinerary again, bud? Actually, I'll just go look at it myself. Okay, I am your
It's there.
hero. Okay, so I made a thread, and it was a very good thread. And in this thread, I made a proposal, game suggestions. And the suggestion was filter out bounties by type and amount. So that way people can find bounties easier and they can remove all of the shitty $1 million bounties that micro leaders put on each other, right? And I went to go look at bounties the other day, and even though an announcement wasn't made, this change has already been implemented. And I thought that was dope because I am so used to Alex like taking suggestions and never doing them. But this suggestion, which I made because it's easy to make, and you know, I think it would serve a good purpose, and I was able to get some support behind it, and it happened, and that was really good. So I said I said thank you in the thread, and Alex responded, so that was nice. You know, I'm not the biggest fan of Alex, but you punish what you want, what you don't want, and you reward what you want. So Alex did something good, and so I bragged on him. I said, "Good job," and I think he appreciated that. When the dog sits, when you say sit, you pet his head. That's just how it works, and it's the same thing with people. When the person does what you want, you say, "Good boy." So there you go. So I am your hero. I made change happen. Alex, I got Alex in my pocket. It's happening. Your nation has been deleted. There you go. Probably going to happen once I expose this Illuminati. It's probably going to be over. This Discord will be gone by April 19th, 2021. Just you wait and see. But all right, that's enough. That's enough. Oh, and nap ending speculation, which I already did. I don't think there's going to be a war anytime soon. I think it'll be a couple months. I'll be surprised. I mean, unless like Rose spies the syndicate the night before, then it's like, well, okay. But I don't think that's going to. It might happen. There might be something similar to that, but I don't think so. Who do you think is going to be the sides? Same as last war. It's going to be TSGKR against everyone else. I don't see that changing much. The biggest difference is that KT, you can make the argument, is now part of Quack, and that's kind of the only difference, really. There you go. I could see Oasis sitting out. Maybe. Maybe. Tyrion. Who's Oasis going to side with in the war? What's Oasis doing? Who is Oasis tied to? I mean, I know they're a block, but don't they have some ties outside? Disbanding thanks to KT. The Oasis is dry. You heard it here, ladies and gentlemen. The Oasis is dry. Tyrion did say he would disband if he lost to KT. And if you look at the damages, TI lost. It's over. Nah. Nah. I'm joking. I'm kidding. It'd make them look really bad if they dogpile us again, though. Maybe. I think the Order of the White Rose had a government change. I think Saval is no longer leader. Saval has been leader of Order of the White Rose for like 4 years now. Like, he's one of the longest reigning leaders I can think of. So congrats to him for retirement.
Who is leader now? I have you guys been paying attention to that
No,
whole debacle?
I don't have time for those kinds of shit posts, so I haven't been paying attention.
I
As long as Hwan isn't leader.
I don't either, and that's why after this like sixth thread, I was like, I'm not even gonna open it.
Oh gosh, is Saval still? Is he? I don't even know anymore. I don't even know who's leader. Maybe no one's leader.
Yeah, because like Sval put a post up that I haven't read like 15 minutes ago, so
Okay. Well, when they're done shit posting, I'll look at it and give a hot take because I don't know what's up and what's down with the War of the White Rose right now. And I think that's it. Did anything else happen in politics and war I need to talk about? 'Cause I think that's it. It's been another quiet week. Well, I've had some stuff to go over. I've had some stuff.
not nearly the drama of the previous weeks though.
Oh, thank God. I'm sick of out of character stuff. Dryad
Well,
episode
that and Faith, but
didn't Dryad come on? No, that was Yang. It was Yang who came with Horsecock. I'm open to Dryad coming on sometime. Start an honest bank with okay, Arctic. If I ever do a bank, you can manage it with me. I can accept that. But I may never do a bank. This is a long time in the future. Talk about how you would join the Immortals if KT peace before the nap ends. I didn't say that, did I? I don't remember saying that. SK retired. Who's SK? It's in Alliance Affairs. Oh wait. Oh, did Seven Kingdoms did they just disband? Is that what that is? It, it looks like a disbandment thread. Well, that's sad. Didn't disband, retire, disband a closed. Okay, gotcha. So they're just taking a new form. Okay, gotcha. Because if they disbanded, that would be first off. If they disbanded, how come I'm just learning now? But second, it's always sad when an old alliance goes away. Like I even thought it was sad when Pantheon died, especially in the way that it happened. But KT, we were allies with SK back in I think early 2018. Huh. Okay, so SK is doing a thing. Bless their hearts. SK loots were damn good. Um, when KT was raiding, TKR would counter for SK, and they were really good at it. Like I stopped raiding Seven Kingdoms over it because they did a really good job defending them. Can someone type in chat? Because the chat ain't moving. I don't know if my connection is fucked. Okay, Arctic said oh hi. Okay, thanks guys. Thank you. All right. Let me talk about how sick I am of the U.S. Let me give a real life topic. Oh, well, first off, I gotta share a picture. Hold on. So I've made jokes in real life about Kamala Harris pushing Joe Biden downstairs to become president. I didn't anticipate Joe Biden falling upstairs. That's kind of different. Today, Joe Biden was boarding Air Force One and he fell 3 times going up the stairs. So I hope he's okay. I hope he's fine. She's probably fine. I think the stairs are carpeted, so it's probably okay. But I'm sick of the U.S., and I want to explain why I'm sick of the U.S. Um, and it's not just politics. Politics is one angle, but like, I want to be a business person. That's my thing I want to do. He didn't have 3 different falls. He like fell once, tried to get up, faltered, tried again, and then faltered. It wasn't like 3 distinct falls. It was closer to 2, but like I can see why people are saying it was 3. So I'm sick of the U.S. because I want to be a businessman, right? I want to be a businessman. I want to grow a business. That's how I make my money, and I'm on course to do this. But the problem I'm running into is that like if your net income is over like 400 and something thousand, or maybe it's 500 and something thousand, your tax rate is like in the 40s. And in Kentucky, there's a tax rate of like I think 6%, and then you have property taxes and sales tax. So if I do spend, many years working hard on a business and I'm able to make a lot of money, it seems like the government's just going to take half of it. And I'm not really happy with that idea. But also, like I'm sick of like how can I word this? You guys ever heard of asset forfeiture by any chance? Let me know if you know what that is. Okay, so um let's say you're traveling and let's say 20 years from now you're using a Facebook buy sale group and you want to buy a used car to give to your child or something, right? And so you get 6,000 in cash and you go to buy this used car from a guy. And let's say you get pulled over for some reason. Maybe last week a rock knocked out like a back tail light or whatever, but a cop pulls you over and he says, "Can I search your vehicle?" And you say, "Yeah," because you're a law-abiding citizen and you have nothing to hide. The cop finds the 6 grand in cash, goes back to his car, and says, "Okay, well, I think this is drug money, so I'm going to take it." And then he leaves. In most states, that's perfectly legal. They can do that. And to get your money back, you have to fight it in court. And there's no guarantee you will win. And even if you do win, you have to subtract your legal fees from the money you lost. And that's pretty fucking raw. And so that's one example of like rampant like abuse by the authorities. But like another example is how I don't think the police do. Like the police can lie to you, and they do lie to you. They can lie to you about anything and everything to get you to confess to something you didn't do. Because most of you guys, including myself, are law-abiding citizens who would never break a law. If the police arrest you and drag you in and question you, you're going to be nervous. You're going to be scared. If they hold you for several hours and interrogate you, like and like they're like your DNA was here. We got people saying you did this. You're probably going to confess to something you didn't do. They'll probably halfway convince you did something. And so, like innocent people confess to crimes they didn't do all the time. And I don't think people are educated about their right to remain silent. Because like you can just be silent and they can't do anything about that. That's perfectly legal. That's what your right to remain silent is all about. A CCT says, "Train yourself to repeat the following. I want my attorney." That is correct. And everyone I know in real life, I tell them this. You keep your fucking mouth shut and you say you want an attorney, and that's it. There is no. The Miranda rights has a phrase that says anything you say can and will be used against you. That is a threat. Can and will be. You can look up like legal lectures and it's all the same. There's nothing you can say to help you. You can only hurt you. But that's another example of of abuse by authorities. Now, about the civil asset forfeiture, people are waking up to it, and I think some states and some judges are like fighting against it. So in the decades to come, that might go away. But this kind of abuse shouldn't happen. And I mean, you can find cases all over the place of people going through bullshit they shouldn't. The Innocence Project. Let's use the Innocence Project. The Innocence Project is a nonprofit dedicated to getting convictions thrown out if DNA evidence comes up that exonerates the person. But so many and you can read their case files. So many prosecutors will keep on with the case. They don't care. The prosecutors, government people, say we still want to do this case. And so all these shitty fucking prosecutors who just think about their own career, who ruin lives wholesale. And so that's one thing. I'm sick of abuse by law enforcement in this country. And it's just so much, and I'm so tired of it. So that's one angle. I'm sick of politics in general. I compare politics in 2020 to 2016 to 2016 and 2020. 2020 is when I became really conscious about politics. I can't really compare things before then. But it just seems like with each election cycle, just people just get more crazy and more deranged, and I don't like that. I'm concerned about finances, because of inflation, the constant money printing. Like, I'm worried about the dollar just becoming worthless. And so again, that goes back to what I said about like business and taxes. It's like, why do I want to establish, a career and an empire in a place like this right now? So that's all my problems. And and then there's the argument of, well, okay, you hate the government, but what about the people? I kind of don't like the people either. I went out. Go and drive down the highway next time you're traveling, and like every place where the road turns off, it's like there's just chains. There's a McDonald's, there's a Subway, there's an ExxonMobil gas station, there's a Dollar General, and then you drive to the next exit, and it's the same thing, and it's the same thing. And it's like you have to go to Main Street in a local town to find anything original and like old time. It just seems like there's just massive brains everywhere. So, and I went out to Walmart, I think yesterday, and I did some light shopping, and like there was just fat people everywhere, fat, gross-looking people. And like I was with my mom, and I told my mom, "Where did all these ugly people come from?" And she's like, "I don't know." And I don't know either. Look, I'm not a model, okay? Some of you have seen pictures of me. I think Zig has, a few others have. I'm not a model, but like I can pretty confidently say, compared to all these people that I saw, I look pretty good. And that's wild. So, I'm sick of the US. I don't like the people. I'm starting to dislike. One thing about the culture is like the Bill of Rights, so like freedom of speech and like gun laws. But like there's a pretty large section of the population who want to get rid of those things. So it's like, I just don't. I'm just sick of the country, the politics, the money situation, the culture. I'm sick of the U.S. I'm maybe my thoughts will change, but I want to spend the next decade just getting my money in order, finding a nice country somewhere I can live at, and renouncing my citizenship because I'm sick of the country. Yeah, there you go, Arctic. Now you can't see my face that well because I'm wearing the mask, but there you go. There I am. That was me on election day. I got my nicest hoodie on. So there you go. So I'm just sick of the U.S. and I'm probably going to leave. I want to go to a third world country because that way the dollar goes further. And so, like, if I can set up a business in the U.S. and grow it to a good spot, I can then hire a small staff to manage it. And then I can just fuck off to a third world country, manage my business remotely. And, where $1 in the U.S. is $1 here, $1 in like the Philippines is like $48. So yeah,
I know
there you go.
exactly who you need to talk to. There's this guy called Valley, and he knows exactly how to get by really well in Colombia. I think he's gotten in with the cartels or something. Colombia.
I've heard Colombia get brought up. I've heard Colombia get brought up. I've heard Panama. I've heard the Philippines. I like the Philippines because they already speak English. So, and the dollar goes particularly far there. Filipino people I see are like, no, don't come here. This place is a shithole. So, I thought about Dominica. I thought about the Belize, third world countries where I can live like a king on how much money I make because the dollar goes so far. That's what I like. I'm willing to be a consumer. I'm willing to be a decadent tourist. That's fine. There you go. And also an authoritarian dictatorship. Yeah. Isn't Durute still president or whatever? That might be rough. Just go off the grid and backwoods to Kentucky. I've also thought about that too. Just getting a cabin, learning some life skills, and just like growing my own food and taking care of my own animals. I thought about that too, but I don't know. That's what Ruby Ridge was about. You know, they I can't remember the guy's name, but he took his family out into the woods, and they came after him anyway. So it's like, well, fuck. So there you go. I've ranted for 15 minutes about my problems, my grievances with the United States. I think that's it. What country should I move to, guys? What's a good country? Now that you've heard what I had to say, where should I go? I like Japan, but Japan's expensive. But then again, ideally, money won't be a problem anyways. So we'll see. Somalia, great. Sweden, I'm open to a Nordic country. Yeah. North Korea, goodness gracious. Well, in North Korea, I mean, they care about. I mean, their currency is so worthless. Like, they want foreign currencies anyways. Maybe I can build up the funds to become friends with North Korean political leaders or something. That would be cool. Or maybe not. I don't know. Third world country. I don't know. Mars. I've heard about Romania. I've heard people speak very well about Romania because of like the internet and stuff. So Serbia, I've also been thinking about. Switzerland. I thought about Greenland just because I like cold weather. So we'll see. Yeah, like Dennis Rodman, Tyrion. There you go. I've thought about Poland, Zig. All right, Salford. Okay. All right. Well, that's enough. Any real life topics you guys want me to give a hot take about before I move on? Is MBaku here yet? He is not. I will message him and tell him, hey,
We've been
you
pinging throughout the show.
Gonna come on, bud? I sent him a message at 1:10 a.m. last night, and he was like, yeah, I can come. So we'll see. Buy an island and rule it? I might. You can just buy Dominican citizenship. Like, Dominica has this thing where if you pay like 100 grand, they'll give you citizenship. So that's a step in that direction. What's your opinion about states removing the mask mandate? I think that's fine. You can still wear a mask. It's just that you're not mandated to. You're not forced to essentially at gunpoint to, and I think that's fine. Trump is emailing people all the time. Instead of Twitter, he just emails people. I don't think he's quiet. It's just hard to see what he has to say because he's been banned from everything. They could probably install one of Zig. They could probably install one of those on Air Force One. Goodness gracious, they have the money for it. Arctic, Dominica. Dominica and the Dominican Republic are two different countries. I don't know. I don't know why their names similar. Roosevelt had an elevator on his plane. That's pretty cool. Of course. Well, there's two Roosevelts, Teddy or FDR. I'm guessing you mean FDR because I feel like
Did Teddy
plane
Roosevelt
elevators.
have a plane?
I don't think he did. I think Teddy was before planes. Yeah.
I can't remember when he ended, but let's see. 1909. So
Yeah, I don't
when
think
was
no,
Kitty
he was
Hawk
before.
again?
All right. Wasn't there something I wanted to go? I can't remember. Rough Rider, not frequent fighter. She's just, my mom is very apologetic. She couldn't come last week, and she really wanted to try tonight instead. And in fact, Zig and Arctic can confirm. When I posted the itinerary, I think last night, the guest segment, I had mom on there again, but once again, she has fallen asleep and has not woken up in time to make it. So, Mommy Thalmor cannot come tonight either. She wants to come on. I want her to come on, but it's hard to just work out the timing. Tell me about it, Tyrion. Tell me about it. Why don't you wake her up? Because it feels rude, and she can be so tired that she just can't wake up. She wakes up and she just immediately just has to go back to sleep. Ask her if you can. Why don't you ask to wake her up if she falls asleep? Will you ask her before? I don't like waking her up. My mom's health is actually very bad. Like she had two heart attacks in 2017, and like since 2019, her mind has been kind of going some. So it's like I just want her to get her rest because that's why her sleep is so messed up. So it's like okay, if she's asleep, she probably needs her rest. So that's why I just let her rest. Yeah, just COVID is a decent chance you get it and don't know. Okay, you're talking to Phoenix there. Hey, there's MBaku. Okay, I think he's coming. He responded. They don't know what it is, Prod. The psychologist she saw was like, well, I don't want to say it's dementia because I don't know. So then they sent her to like this doctor of last resort, and he was like, okay, well we'll run some tests over the summer, and so now we're just kind of waiting on that. So we don't know what's wrong with her. It kind of looks like dementia. They give her they administer. She's taken several of them. They administer these tests where it's like, okay, spell this word backwards, fold up this piece of paper, and like give it back to me. And she usually fails those pretty readily. So, is MBaku here? I don't see him. He's in the chat, but he's not in voice chat.
I think that might mean no interview, because
It,
looks like he's busy. Yeah.
I'll wait a few more moments because I gotta. Where the fuck is my charger? Oh, it's my bedroom. That's where it is. My battery's getting low. It's at 14%. I need to plug it into my mobile charger here. Yeah, Nokia, you missed most of the show here. You might have missed. You might have missed all of the show. Cause I might end it here in a few. Okay, I snapped that in. Let me put it in my pocket. See you, Grave. You'd have a good one. Oh yeah, Zig, can you give Nokia Thalmor? I gave it to him a while ago and I took it away for the trial, so his name would be green. He needs it back. There we go. I don't hate America, I'm just sick of it. There's a big difference. You can be sick of your girlfriend, but not hate her. You can still love your girlfriend and be sick of her, and not hate her. There you go. Sticky palm. Cascadia breakaway. I would be very content if the West Coast became independent. I think that would be fine. Yeah, did I kill that snake? I think I did. It was trying to get into my neighbor's house, so I got my spear. I have an actual spear, and I like cut it to pieces. Oh yeah, and there's me taking an axe to my leg. What's your story about a snake, Prod? What's your story? Thankfully, the snake I killed, it was very small. It was not very threatening. It was an easy kill. It gave me I got 2 experience points. The one where I'm holding a gun to I must have my helmet on with that one.
No, it was actually kind of scary if I remember right. It was kind of like, why do you have like a gun to your head or something? It was
Okay,
bad.
I want to see it.
I
I
don't.
think I did one of those, but I had my helmet on.
Maybe you had your helmet on. Yeah, I don't remember. I just remember seeing it.
Arctic, I want to see the gun to the gun to my head pick too, because I don't remember that one.
Or maybe it was not a. Maybe it was something else. No, I don't know where it is. I just remember it, and I could never find it again. And I don't know where you posted it. It might be in that secret chat that you and I have with some other person that I don't know that also posted their face.
Maybe.
498 Laverton Hoppers Crossing. Whoever that is.
Okay, well, MBaku says I'll be free in about 2 hours. Well, okay, well, I'm ending the show soon. Let's try again next week. Cause I'm not waiting 2 hours. So okay, so Prod has shared the snake story. So I will read the snake story. We were coming outside of my house, and my grandmother and sister started screaming. That's always a bad sign. You don't want the women of the family to be screaming. So I walked to see what it was, and they pointed out that a snake was near the garage. Alright, so threat identified. Prod, I grabbed the snake by its tail and pulled it out, and they told me to throw it somewhere, so I threw it onto my porch. They were not happy about that. Yeah. Viriato says women screaming is a recipe for disaster. Well, women scream. Well, I mean, everyone screams. It's a threat identifier. But like women screaming in particular, I mean, it triggers like the defensive instincts in men, and that's by design. Okay, Arctic, that's a picture of my church. Okay, yeah, that's good enough. There you go. There's a picture of my church. That carpet design is actually special because apparently it's the only carpet that the company made that's like that. It was unique for the church apparently. Well, it's a Pentecostal church. Of course, it looks whack. The Catholics have real churches that are actually have lots of anesthetics built into them, whereas this is like, I mean, I like the church. I think it is pretty on the inside, but it is kind of like a Mick church. Okay, Arctic just posted a picture of Nokia's head, disembodied head. Yeah. So, Prod, what happened to the snake? How did you kill it? Did it get away? I want to know. I want to know how the snake story ends. I ripped its scale off by mistake when I pulled it. Oh, okay. Skin the snake alive. It is alive right now. Okay, well, yeah, it probably got away. All right. Well, I think that's it for me. Plasty conflict. I will still dig those up. Give me some time. It's coming. I've been saying that for over a month, but I will finally put those files onto my hard drive and upload them later. I still want to share those. All right. I think. All right. So final call. Any last topic I need to go over? Because if not, I'm ending the show. It can be about real life. It can be about the game. It can be about anything. But I'm done. I talked for an hour. I'm happy about what I discussed. I'm ready to go. Is Abigor still here? Abigor, you be talking to your Illuminati people, and let's try to get them on. Let's try to get them on next week. Yeah, let's get them on next week if we can, or even the week after. Just anytime. Trying to convince some people. Yeah, trying to get the Illuminati to expose themselves. It's probably pretty hard. I understand. You have a good weekend too, Mr. C. Yeah, I'll try. My mom does want to come on, but it's going to be very fluid. It depends on just, is she awake and able to like say reasonable things? And that's always up for debate. Because like she might be awake, but still too tired to really feel like being a part of the show. So it's like it's a little rough. All right. Well, y'all have a good night. I'll see you next week. Next week, who knows? We might have Mommy Thalmor. We might have MBaku. We might have the Politics and War Illuminati. We'll see. Y'all have a good night, and I will see you guys later. Bye. Take care. Play out the theme, someone.
Thalmor Radio. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Thalmor Radio. Yeah, he's coming at you from the top. Oh no, no.